Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, August 17th, and you are watching Fandom Empire Live, episode number... I don't fucking know. Episode number 100 and something. We have a very, very exciting show for you. My name is Tommy B, the most important person on this program, of course. And today we are going to be talking The Shining, Halloween H20, everyone's favorite installment of the franchise, of course. A little bit of Star Wars we'll probably touch on, and a little bit of Supernatural. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce my wonderful companions for the evening. We got Frank in the chat saying I'm looking like Georgie from It. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Why the hell not, right? At least I look like someone. I don't get paid that much. Anyway, Sean, how we doing this evening? You having a good day? Good day, right? No ups and downs, lefts, rights, right?
You're really starting with me.
Yeah. I want to hear about your day. Tell us about your day.
It might be a while before we get to Johnny. Although I suppose that'd be some level of karma or another. That's funny. I just look like the kid It. Hiya, Georgie. It's gonna stay.
Are we fucking for real?
And Tommy's camera froze.
Fucking hell. What the fuck? Wow. Great start to the fucking show.
Yeah, I want to clarify because the notes have changed quite a bit today. Didn't have a chance to update them because of other things that happened. We're going to talk Halloween Kills today. Shocker, we're going to talk Halloween Kills on this show. We're going to talk about the vinyls that are now for pre-order. We're going to talk about the merch from Fright Rags, which is going to release tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit about the release date and some rumblings that we're hearing. We're going to talk Halloween H20, giant piece of shit. Star Wars.
Hey, I introduced that as everyone's favorite installment of the franchise. Don't undermine my fucking intro. Fuck. Gosh.
You all right? You going to live over there? Or the aliens invading?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to live. I'm pissed off now.
Talking to Johnny, so now you're probably more pissed off.
Fuck Johnny. We're talking about me.
Just a general weird sounds.
This isn't about you.
Okay, so where do we begin? We've been without central air here for quite some time. So landlord finally got around to having an HVAC guy come in and do his thing, the magic fingers. Not in that way though. um, although with this guy, who knows? So he was supposed to be here between 11 and 1. I'll try to keep this as short as I can. But I would like the chat's take on how they would have handled things. He was supposed to be here between 11 and 1. And then I get called at like 3 something by my landlord saying that, yeah, he's going to be there at 4:15, guaranteed. So 5 o'clock rolls around and he finally shows up. This guy pulls into the driveway. And I mean, it's well known that we've had some issues with our upstairs neighbors. But this guy pulls into the driveway and he like grabs on to his steering wheel. And I don't know if he was just like a huge Ultimate Warrior fan, but felt the need to go like this on his steering wheel. And then all you hear is, "You fucking stupid piece of fucking shit. I fucking had it with this shit." And then there was a lot of other words that I can't say. By the way, this show is not meant for children if you haven't figured it out by now. But I can't even say those words. So it's like, oh, this is going to go good. And so anyways, he gets here. And then he starts asking me to help him with his job. And don't get me wrong, I'm not that guy who's not going to help. But it's like, he literally wanted me to do half the job for him. And I almost said, so do I get half the pay? Because, this is your job, not mine. And anyway, and again, I'm going to tackle an issue here that some of you might be on different sides of the fence. I'm asking you now not to make it a big deal in the chat. So and this guy's already an asshole. And then he starts to look at the air conditioner, which is actually just behind this wall here on the outside of the house. And all I hear is, "You fucking piece of shit. I'm going to fucking kill you. Are you listening to me? I'm going to fucking kill you." And all sorts of other shit. And I look down the side of my house thinking, all right, my fiance and baby are inside. Like, am I going to have to go get one of my softball bats? I'm not strong enough to grab the sledgehammer we used from Haddonfield to Vanished and take that and give a real good swing at the guy. That thing's fucking heavy as shit. So that's not going to happen. And so he comes out to me and he's like, "Okay, I need to go downstairs into your basement where the furnace is." So I opened the door and I left it open, assuming, hello, pandemic. I don't care what anybody's views are on this. You are entitled to feel the way you want to feel. Fine. My house, my views, my rules. Not to mention, it's actually a bylaw, too, here in Canada, or specifically Ontario. I turn around as he gets down the stairs, and the fucking guy has no mask on. No mask on. He's probably been in how many homes today? And I'm just like, dude, you got to have a mask on when you're in here. And he says to me, "I'm only going to be down here 2 minutes," shoves past me, and goes into the furnace room. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, is this really happening right now? And anyways, I wear the my rules, I wear the pants. Anyways, this fucker went and did that. And then he goes outside and continues, blowing up. He's like, "You see this air filter? When's the last time it was changed?" I'm like, I don't know. There was someone here, I think, just after Christmas. And he's like, "This thing hasn't been changed in 25 years. Look at it." I'm like, if I ask you to look at the inside of my computer, are you going to know what you're looking at? Because I have no idea what I'm looking at when you're telling me this with this fucking big ass filter thing. Like, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a dirty filter. How am I supposed to know, when it exactly was supposed to be changed? Not to mention, we're not in charge of that either. And this went on for like an hour, to the point where he goes out. I'm going to give everybody a sound warning here. Might want to lower your volume. He's like grabbing more tools from his truck, So my upstairs neighbors, who I've already told you we're not exactly on good terms with, and my neighbors next door, we're all talking. Like, we all see how like batshit crazy this guy is. And all of a sudden I hear something I can only describe as like fucking Dr. Loomis walking in on Michael and Nurse Marion doing it. And all it was is just like from the back of his truck. And my neighbor looks at me and I'm looking at him. And my neighbor's wife walks over and he's like, or she's like, you need to get him out of here like as soon as possible. And I'm like, yeah, totally. So that was an experience. Oh, sorry. I forgot the other important part. The HVAC guy who's there to repair the air conditioner and make changes to it somehow does not have a filter for the furnace. How the hell does an HVAC guy not have a filter? You are literally paid to do it. And he looks at me. He's like, you need to go buy a filter and it needs to be today. Have a good day. Bye. Leaves. And as he's leaving, starts yelling and swearing and cursing even more. And that's the short version of it. My God. So that was my afternoon. How's the chat doing? I'm looking forward to just sitting back, talking about things we enjoy. I'm looking forward to, oh boy, Kieran's not here, so he can't get pissed at something Johnny says. Tommy will get pissed at something Johnny says, I'm sure.
Or John can tell me what to do.
Matt Whitfield might join us at some point. We got a lot going on.
I didn't approve that. I didn't approve that addition.
I'm going to get high, and then I'm going to get fried, and then I'm going to take a stroll down Crispy Avenue. And
is that 3 ways of saying the same thing?
No, they're different levels. So
all right.
It's relaxing, but you're still with it. And then you get fried, and it's like, oh, okay, this is something else. And then Crispy Avenue is basically you need somebody to hold you up. You know, Crispy Avenue is just, you're so fried, you've become really crispy.
I'd ask that you please refrain from doing that until after the show.
Yeah, Entertainment Wizard says psychopath for sure. It was the filter. No, actually, the filter for all the vents probably need to be changed. He didn't look at any of them. Good guy, right? It was the filter for the furnace itself. So, but yeah. And yes, Jade's description of words there on the screen are very much how it played out.
He fucking said that to you?
No, see, he's not talking to me. He's sort of like just passive aggressively off in the distance saying it. So I don't know if he's talking to me. I don't know if he's talking to his invisible friend George, who I've had some run-ins with in the past. I don't know who he's talking to, dude. It's just, oh man, like, and I'm not making like if the dude has serious issues, that's fine, but like, you can't send someone like that over to someone's house and welcome them into your home. Like, hello. And so, hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Hopefully all's well, dude. Yeah, so that was my afternoon. I'm looking forward to diving into fandom chat and sort of getting lost a little bit because wow, that was the.
Well, but before we do that,
yeah, we got him.
Yeah, you. Guest number 3. How you doing?
At this point, I honestly don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Why is it always me?
Should have let him go last with that story, dude.
I said it. That's why I didn't want to enter the show, is I knew I would never fucking get to either one of you.
Well, you didn't fucking tell me that.
I did tell you that.
No, you didn't fucking tell me that. Well, fine. I'll get it. Let's start over. Restart the stream.
Let's not and say we did. How about that?
All right. Oh, we're really doing this. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Tommy B. Take number 2. It is. Oh, maybe we're not. Maybe we're not. I don't know what we're doing now. I don't know where I am. The floor is green. The sky is red. I am seeing blue. Johnny looks like he's trying to do a Wilson impression. Shawnee G is just looking at me confused, doesn't know what's going on. What else is new? I'm used to that look. It's called my wife.
Wow! I am so fucking telling on you.
She can fucking hear me in the other room.
Oh my god!
I'm making fun of myself, not you, not her. God,
It's gonna be one of those nights, huh?
Holy crap! Can Kieron come back? Is that a thing? What's Terrence doing tonight? Maybe he can come in and host. Holy fuck!
oh my god, Sean, fucking highlight that message.
This one?
No,
What one am I looking at then?
the one from Jade.
All right, that one.
She is literally in the other room. This door is open during streams.
Yeah, sure it is.
Sure, it fucking is. I'm not going to move the camera because then, well, you've seen what happens when I have to recalibrate my
Oh,
camera.
yes, we know the bag of excuses.
I end up starting to act like Sean's HVAC repair person.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Bloody hell. Holy fuck. There's not enough weed in the world for that guy. Johnny, how's it going, man? You doing?
I don't know what I'm doing at this point.
Right?
I don't. I just boy.
Well,
Do we have things to talk about? Maybe something can put us back on some level of normal.
We do. And we're gonna get to the Halloween kill stuff in just a little bit. But I want to start off with another Halloween subject. I want to talk a little bit about I'm feeling
The Trick or Treat Studios masks.
I'm getting the I'm feeling the hate here from Chris. He's basically said hi to everybody but me. I have a big mouth.
Yo, you just got told to go fuck yourself.
Basically, that's what. If you get me this shirt, I'll
Mhm.
go squeeze into Kieran's. It's upstairs. It won't look pretty, but yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Isn't Kieran's like a large?
Yeah, no, it is.
That might fit your left arm.
So, yeah, I think guys that usually wear 3X squeezing into a large is probably not a great sight. So,
You look like the Blue Meanie.
no, I did say hi to him, which he in result said hi to you. Said Johnny V, Tommy B, cheers, but there's no Sean anywhere. Just saying. Just saying. Sending an Amazon box of love to Sean, my brother. Oh man, what's in the box?
Jeffrey Bezos.
Oh, Jeffrey Bezos.
Just Jeffrey Bezos.
Kieran's a fucking hippie tie-dye his shirts. Accurate. Let's start with Halloween H20. John, I want to go to you, man. H20, dude. For you, what do you think of that movie in comparison to all the other Halloween movies? Where does it stand for you? Give us a Johnny lecture on H20. It should be pretty fresh still for you.
I mean, it's fresh adjacent. I mean, it has been a solid 23 years, 24 years since it came out. So I mean, it's not that fresh, but I mean, it was good. Like, it came out at the period where the slasher made the comeback. With Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer. All those movies sort of making the slasher film relevant again, and Halloween was the only one that really capitalized on it in a big way. I mean, Jason did nothing, and they tried with Freddy, but Halloween was the only real one that in that late '90s reboom of the slasher film that actually came out, and they capitalized on up and coming names. I mean, Josh Hartnett was a big name at the time. He was just hitting his peak as far as name value goes. I mean, yeah,
that was the movie that really sort of put him into that.
Well, he was on the upswing, is what I'm saying. Like it capitalized him on the up, and not anything else. Whereas obviously you bring back Jamie Lee Curtis, who'd been away from the franchise for.
Hang on, I just did my best Kieron impression when I doubt what you're saying. Kieron, right?
It's pretty accurate. But no, I mean, they brought Jamie Lee Curtis back after she'd been gone from the franchise for quite a long time. So, I mean, that was a nice get. I mean, it was what it was. It just kind of fit in that late '90s era slasher genre. It wasn't good. It wasn't great, and it was missing a lot of the things that make Halloween special. I mean, Chris, obviously, those are things we were going to get to eventually, but it didn't feel like a Halloween movie. It feels out of place in the canon that had come before it, just because it feels so awkward. Obviously, the soundtrack is a huge part of that, and that just it doesn't feel like a Halloween movie in such a way that makes sense. And obviously, they've done a fair bit of trying to obviously retconning that completely out of existence along with everything else post first movie. But it was not good in hindsight. It was like they tried to build something new and just hashed a pile of dog turd.
Yeah, I like Chris's comment here. Would have been perfect had the mask been consistent and the soundtrack wasn't a pile of scream dog shit. I think that about sums up what I think of that soundtrack. It is, I don't know who.
That's the best soundtrack of the whole franchise.
Sorry, Tommy, you're breaking out. Oh no, what happened?
Sounded like a Terrence thing to say.
It did sound like a Terrence thing to say. Oh no, Tommy's gone. Or he's doing something else that I don't know.
We can see the hair. She's still there.
Fuck off.
Tommy, what are your thoughts on H2O as a movie itself and in comparison to the rest in the franchise?
Best Halloween movie of all time.
Are you trying to get removed again?
Maybe just
I think
a little. Maybe just a little. So honestly, I totally agree. The score is pretty weak. I don't know if I want to jump to the conclusion of the weakest in the franchise, but maybe. I like the storyline. I like the plot. I caught on fairly instantly without knowing the background of it that, hey, this film is not lining up with the preceding canon, the Cult of Thrawn and all that sort of stuff. Yep. It's its own thing. And I liked it for what it was. I agree. The mask inconsistencies are just irritating at best, I guess. And there are just plot elements of the film that could have been looked at again. Like, for example, what was the purpose of killing the security guard, but then him coming back at the very end of the movie alive? What the fuck was the point of that?
He's LL Cool J.
I guess. I mean, he was a cool character. Like, I was sad he died, but like, what the fuck was the point of killing him? If for him just to limp his way back on screen to pull Laurie off of what was she doing to him? Beating him with a bat or holding a gun to him? I forget. At the end, yeah.
Dean Renner chimes in H2O, really good opening. I agree with that. Kind of flat in the middle. Slow building the Michael finding Laurie, and then pretty good climax. Climax is okay. I don't know if I'd go pretty good. I mean, Resurrection kind of ruins that, right? And I think there are a couple decent kills. Sons of Anarchy, friggin' villain dude who her boyfriend, his death's pretty decent. As is the
doesn't he do this whole like twitching thing?
Yeah, with his feet.
Yeah.
Like a fish out of water flapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
How many takes you think it takes to get one you like of that?
Oh, I don't know. With the way
Wow.
that movie went, it was probably the first take and done. Cut, wrap, print. Here we go.
Oh, I guess that's out then, isn't it?
Terrence. Oh my fucking god! I can just picture that in the Terrence voice. Ugh. So
Oh
bad.
no! Oh God!
Good stuff. Good stuff. Look, I think Halloween H20. I get what it meant to the franchise when it came back. It's Jamie Lee Curtis is back. Let's everybody freak out. And I get that it was like a return to prominence for the franchise, which was very short-lived. But to me, Halloween H20 is just one big disaster where not a whole lot goes right. It's very teeny. It's Michael Myers visiting Dawson's Creek. I'm not a big fan.
There's also missed opportunities. They could have done more with Laurie's son if they somehow wrote him into the next movie. Maybe made him.
Well, there was no way he was coming back. That was that simple. Josh Hartnett got to a point where, I'm not touching fucking Halloween Resurrection. No,
I don't know in the background. Or they just could have not fucked up the whole, plot of H2O by fucking up, Resurrection. Well, they didn't really fuck it up now, did they? They did what they wanted to do. Within the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, it's they just completely retcon H2O. So
I'll see you in hell. Oh man, it's so bad. They're both so bad. We can shit on Halloween 6 either version if you want, even though I do like the producer's cut, and I'll take Halloween 6 either version over Halloween H2O any day of the week or Resurrect.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Ooh, you want to talk about hot takes?
Yeah.
Well, no, we're not going to. We're going to move on.
What? What? You can't say that and just move on.
What? That H6 is better than H2O?
Yeah, you can't just say that. You want to talk about hot takes. Come on, you had a hot take. Let's hear the real hot take. Give it to us in like 30 seconds or less.
Your yellow hoodie sucks.
My yellow hoodie is fabulous. Don't be giving me none of that shit.
You asked for a hot take. I gave you a hot take. Looks like fucking hot mustard.
Would you rather I wear like crossing guard yellow?
Maybe, actually.
That's not going to happen. That's
you
asked an abomination.
Man. Wow. Well, that one's empty. Anyways, officially today from Sacred Bones and Records, the Halloween Kills soundtrack is available for pre-order. What I found very interesting about this pre-order is you can actually order it in cassette format. Cassette. That's right. Now, I would never play the cassette, but it is pretty cheap. And it'd be cool to have that as part of like your little Halloween Kills collection. I can't remember the last time someone sold a cassette, like a new cassette. So
do you even have anything that can play a cassette?
I don't.
I do.
What?
I do not.
What do you have, Johnny?
Still got an old boombox.
How old is that boombox?
Not as old as you'd think. I mean, it has Bluetooth on it.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Johnny over here rocking the fake retro boombox. Look at my boombox, but here's
I guess there must be some demand.
So anyways, the cassette was interesting. They also released a CD, but the thing everybody's talking about are these 4 beautiful vinyl collections. By the way, they also officially released the first song. It's not the first one on the track, but they released Unkillable from Halloween Kills soundtrack. So you can check that out on YouTube now. Remember, it's one thing if you've listened to leaks. It's another thing if you're paying people that don't actually own the property for shit like that. Don't do shit like that. Fuck people like that. Anyways, fellas, here it is. There are your 4 vinyl options, and I'm really proud to say that I am the pre-owner, I guess you could say, of the two on the left-hand side. The far left one, I believe there was 2,000 of them made, so not very many in wide scale terms. It's special art, obviously, for not only the vinyl, but the book and the casing and all that. And honestly, I like the creativity used with all these. I'm not a big vinyl guy. I've just started to buy vinyl. It is my preferred way to listen to music. And I was actually talking to my pops the other day, and it's like I told him I wanted to get a little vinyl shelf down here and start to have some vinyl on display. I know Jason Nike, our friend Jason Nike, over on his channel, he does a lot of vinyl reviews. So check him out if you're a vinyl fan.
Now, when we were talking earlier, Sean, that 2001, that was getting close to selling out. Did it ever sell out, or can our audience still go and grab one?
So this is what I know. Is at one point it became unavailable. And then it became available again. Thankfully, that's how I was able to get mine. And then it became unavailable again. My guess is stock is getting really low. That seems to be the rumor out there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's gone by now. They're only doing, from what I read, 2,000 of the one on the left. And I think the one on the left is just absolutely fucking beautiful. It also has my boy, if you look closely, Tommy Doyle front and center in the cover, or at least a silhouette of him. So, yeah, no, I dig these. Johnny, you're a bit of a collector of some things. I know I don't think you're a vinyl collector though. But when you see these vinyls compared to like buying the cassette thing's just weird, but compared to like buying a CD or something digitally, what do you think? They're all priced fairly too. Like the special art one on the far left was only $26 American, which isn't terrible. So, Johnny, your thoughts on the 4 on display, sir?
I mean, it's all about like whether or not you collect that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a vinyl collector, then great. They're fantastic to add to your collection. But if you're not, and you're like me, vinyl's not something you collect because you were born in the 80s and not the 60s, and you don't care about vinyl so much, it's just meh. To me, like, I mean, I know this is going to sound like evil and like I'm trying to insult people. To me, vinyls are the hipster thing. Like I know some people collect them because of purity reasons. They do sound better, which
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit they do. But some people just collect them because it's the hip and cool thing to do. And like, great, that's nice, but that's just not at all. To me, it doesn't matter. Like, sure, they're aesthetically pleasing, but they're not. I just don't. The market doesn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, there are people out there spending thousands of dollars on vinyls.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, it's a market that makes no sense to me because I'm not a part of it. Like that's kind of the way it is. Like, I'm not a vinyl collector, so I don't understand vinyl collecting as a thing in 2021.
My dad has hundreds and definitely has spent, I would say, well over 5 figures on vinyl, and I don't understand it. When I said like a little vinyl collection, I don't mean like fucking 50 vinyls over in the corner. I mean a little shelf where I can like keep a dozen on display, because I artistically love the covers of vinyls. And yeah, I'd love to be able to play some vinyls now and then, but I'm not going to go into some big collecting spree on them. Definitely not. But I like them because they're far more visually appealing than any other form of music media, for physical sale anyway.
I say buy a poster.
Yeah, poster's bigger though. You've been down here. The poster room is running out quickly. Tommy, how about you, man? What do you think of the art? What's the chat think of the art? Number one, do you like the different artwork that's on some of these? I'm not a fan of the one in the bottom right-hand corner, by the way. I don't know what they were going for that one, or with that one. Who in the chat has bought any of these? If so, which one did you buy, and what do you think of them visually, and maybe what do you think of vinyl? Tommy, how about you, man?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I honestly, I'm pretty sure I've listened to some things on vinyl before, but not a lot. Not a lot by any means. I don't own a record player. I don't own a single, piece of vinyl. It's a collecting habit that I just don't understand. I mean, everyone has their own collector
God, I gotta get
preferences.
Kieron in here. I feel like I'm gonna just get teamed up all night long.
But I will admit the artwork's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. With
I love the clear one because like that's just trippy.
yeah. No, I'm just waiting to see the prices start skyrocketing on the 2000 one. Watch it end up appearing on eBay in what would you say, release day, or maybe will it even make it to release day?
Oh
End up
man, yeah, that's the other thing is some
seeing it for
people-
4 times fucking
They
more.
were smart though. On the website, you couldn't just go on there and buy like 5 of them. You would have had to have 5 different credit cards to get away with 5 versions of the 2000 vinyl. They were limiting it to 1 per credit card number. So kudos to them on that. I like that. But there you have it. There's your Halloween Kills vinyl covers. I got the 2 that I like the most. And obviously the vinyl themselves. Again, I don't know what the hell they were trying on the bottom right one. The other 3 all look really nice to me. I mean, the top right one's just your normal base one. But the other 2 to the left, I really like. Chris says, Unkillable from the soundtrack is fire. Unkillable is good. By the way, if you want to, you can send in a super chat and we will read it on air. It's a way you guys can support the channel on that level. It definitely keeps us up here doing this thing the way we do it. And if not, just comment on the chat and leave a like. Leave a like. 40 plus people watching. Let's raise those likes, people. I do like Unkillable, Chris. However, I think there's probably 4 or 5 songs on that soundtrack that are better. So, legitimately. I want to read John's comment from a little earlier on because I had a good chuckle at that. If you order now, you get a free 8x10 of John Carpenter giving you the middle finger and complaining about his Xbox Live account. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's awesome.
Is that an inside joke that I just don't understand?
John Carpenter absolutely loves gaming, and John Carpenter bitches about everything. So
I've heard that he's awful to work with.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I say John Carpenter, hit me up. We'll share GTs and we'll complain about video games together.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Gotta shoot your shot, pal. Gotta shoot your
shot. So there is some more Halloween Kills merch coming tomorrow via Fright Rags. They have 5 t-shirts. They've revealed the design of one of them. I think it will. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like they have leaned into. Man, I'm gonna put this up just because I haven't changed the image yet. It is not Gutter Garbs. It's Fright Rags. Again, it is not Gutter Garbs. It's Fright Rags. But the image on the left, that's one of the shirts right there. And it seems like they're going with the whole leaves background thing. The same thing that Scream Factory is doing with the Halloween 4K ultra high definition Blu-rays. So
if I want to get a copy of that shirt, you're telling me I have to go to guttergarbs.com?
No, I'm telling you need to go to frightrags.com. And I think it might be fright-rags.com. But check them out. They're going to go quickly tomorrow. When these things go up, they sell super quick. There's 4 different designs. It sounds like it's all Michael Myers, maybe Laurie too. But that, to me, I was disappointed to hear that. I would have liked to seen Tommy Doyle out there, but it is what it is. Damn, though, a Fright Rag shirt is basically $50 Canadian shipping. You're not wrong. The prices are astronomical, which is why if you're going to get a few, order them all at once. Might not save a ton, but you might save a little, and they're shirts at the end of the day, so they're not all that heavy. Smoke a fat one. Listen to Earth, Wind, Fire, Asia, Fleetwood Mac. Rumors on vinyl. Thank me later. Oh man, I can get behind Fleetwood Mac. I'm not going to sing it though. That's as close to singing as you guys get. So yeah, you got Kills merch coming tomorrow. You got the records that are on sale right now. You have the Unkillable song that's out there. They'll probably release another. I think they did 2 or 3 before Halloween 18 was released. You have an announcement coming from Scream Factory, we believe next week. So there's a lot going on. And I can tell you this. It sounds like they're going to try to stick to that October 15th date. But it also sounds like Universal and Blumhouse are not on the same page of things, which they weren't last year when they were talking about a possible delay. So, which ended up being an actual delay. We'll have to see what happens. Interestingly enough, though, a theater up here in Canada has a different runtime going around for the movie than the typical hour and 45 that's been reported by most other places. So I'm curious if it's an hour 45 or if it's closer to 2 hours. See, we were told closer to 2 hours almost a year ago. So if it goes down to an hour 45, it's what got cut out. Who knows? But yeah, there's so much Halloween Kills going on. Let me go back into the chat, see what everybody was saying. Unkillable from the soundtrack is fire. I liked it. Michael in the Moon in the background. Is he talking about the special edition art one? Yeah, you're talking about the one to the left. So if you want to get the one to the far left there, man, I would strongly suggest going to Sacred Bones Records right now, which is John Carpenter's label. And oh, that's not right. And giving it a pre-order before they sell out, because they will.
If they haven't already.
And the limited edition 2,000 copy version of Sacred Bones online exclusive is sold out, according to our boy Dean Renner. Dean, I can't remember. Did you message me earlier saying you ended up getting one? I feel like you might have. I hope you did. 2,000 was a very limited number to do. Like, if they would have said 10,000, I would have been like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because there are a lot of people that buy vinyl. And then you just get Halloween collectors that'll buy anything. Even 5,000 would have made sense to me. 2,000 is very limited.
And you're part of that exclusive club that got one.
Until I get the email. I'm sorry. It turns out that you ordered after we were sold. Oh, man, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed.
And you got to wait. What is it? 4 to 5 business days to get your money back.
Oh, it sounds like Dean might not have gotten one. Pre-orders are sold out. I just tried. Maybe that'll change. Maybe the script will flip once more. Maybe they'll release a few more. They seem to have done that earlier. So, I agree. John Carpenter is an awesome composer. Absolutely. All right. Let's shift to The Shining. We've talked Halloween for the first, 35 of the first 45 minutes. Let's switch to The Shining, which is probably my favorite horror movie of all time. To me, it's a horror movie. Psychological horror, that is. Johnny, for me, The Shining, even though there's hardly any kills in the movie. Growing up, like, I want to take you back to your first time seeing that movie. My first time seeing that movie, I was staying up late, and it was basically just me and one of my family members, and the house was dark and nobody else was home. I might have been like 10 years old, and to me, that movie just gets to you. The whole seclusion thing and the atmosphere and the setting. I love that movie, but to me, even today, it's one of the scariest movies ever made. Your thoughts on The Shining, and can you remember your first experience with it?
No, I honestly can't remember the first time I saw it. I mean, I probably would have been, a preteen, maybe, early teens. But it stands out. It is without a doubt one of the best thrillers in the history of film. It's one of the better films ever made. Period. It's probably in the top 10, top 15 pretty easily of all time. Period. So it's a phenomenal film that just keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's not all blood and gore like horror movies we have grown accustomed to in our lifetime, but it's more visceral and just cerebral. Like it's a movie that gets in your head. You still, here I am, in my 30s, seeing the movie many times. It's probably been, a good 5 or 6 years since the last time I seen it, but it just, you still don't 100% know what's going on. No matter how many times you've seen it, you still have questions coming out of it that just is a testament to a phenomenal film.
It definitely gets to you. It's one of those movies that makes you think. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Sorry, Tommy, I'm being told I have to do this.
I'm having flashbacks to a photo shoot you had something like 15 years ago.
I love you. Just call me Shawnee G.
Are you getting ready to do a striptease for us with that hoodie on? Is that what you're doing?
Oh man, I'm not that high. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, well,
Not yet,
we'll
anyway.
wait. We'll wait.
Pardon? Tommy, you are a little too excited about the idea of him stripping off clothing.
Johnny, there's something we haven't told you. I saw a name in the chat earlier. Where did it go? There are 500 copies of other variants from other stores. What do you mean? I don't know if Frank's just being Frank or if stores are having their own exclusives, because I mean, we know they do that for Star Wars, but I think Frank's probably being Frank, but maybe not. Look who it is.
A little from column B.
Look at who it is. Bill Suck. I can do that.
Can you, though?
Well, I mean, Music City Miracle. That playoff ended badly, but we're not going to go there. So, no, man, how's it going, dude? Hopefully all's well. It's been far too long. We needed to do something on here together. For those of you that don't know, Richard is someone Johnny and I went to school with for a long time and shared some great memories with, including when I got married to my ex. There was this big poker tournament at the bachelor party for quite a bit of money. And when Richard somehow won all of that money, he took off from that poker tournament like a bat out of hell, as if he thought he was going to get mugged or something. So,
I mean, with the people there, that was a distinct possibility.
It will lower his credibility, but he can say, yeah, that's true. That's true. You can't argue with a team that goes to the Final Four unless you're Johnny. who finds a way to argue anything about everything. So, what the fuck did I walk? Sean is stripping. No, Sean's not stripping low. I mean, for the right price.
No, 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 no.
I want to backtrack
No.
to The Shining because we need to get Tommy's take. But first, I want to show everybody. Some of you have already seen it. What Jade made me for my birthday. It's cross stitch. I seen it in the chat earlier. Lee Bowers had it up, and it's red rum with the shining pattern from the carpet in the hallway. It's nice. Getting this one framed, and I got a Michael Myers one she did, and a Supernatural one she did as well, and all those are going to go up on the studio wall down here. So, looking forward to that. Tommy B, The Shining, man. What do you remember? How much did you enjoy it or not enjoy it, and why?
I haven't seen that fucking movie in 10 years, maybe more.
Okay.
Fuck. I was gonna go watch it when we decided we were going to do this show. I was gonna go watch it today, but of course, it's only on HBO Max. Can't watch it unless you want to get HBO Max. I swear. I complain about HBO Max a lot, but they got a lot of shit I want to watch. So I might eventually have to get on that shit. It's been a while. I remember the film. It plays with a young person's mind and can be very disturbing and just eerie. Makes you feel uncomfortable. But what I can say a little more recently of note was, for those who may not remember or may not have been in that show, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I was in Oregon. And in Oregon, there is the Timberline Lodge. And that was used for The Shining. I believe they took some interior shots and used that for inspiration for building up the Overlook Hotel. And some of the exterior views were used for just filming purposes. So it was some pretty neat stuff. And then not even in the same trip, but not in the same general area, I also saw the next day a site that was used for filming the Goonies. Again, I did not plan any of this, so it was pretty interesting.
I love it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't wait to finally do a watch along of it on the channel. I don't think Kieron's seen it yet, so it'd be cool to have his first reaction to that movie being live on stream. But what blew me away, and I'm going to get some hate for this, is as much as I liked Halloween 2018, and I liked it a lot. It and Dr. Sleep, specifically the director's cut, are not even close. Like, to me, the director's cut of Dr. Sleep is one of the best horror sequels of all time. That's how good I feel about that movie Mike Flanagan put together. Absolutely love it. Would not mind getting a Dr. Sleep poster, although I'll be honest, I don't even know what the poster to Dr. Sleep looks like. I think it might be Ewan McGregor's face and he's looking somewhere. But it'd be cool just to have that one on there. Our boy Richard Moore in the chat said, nice, I miss Supernatural. Well, it's coming back, sort of. The Winchesters is in development, and it's believed it'll get picked up. Remains to be seen, though. You never know, especially with fucking spin-offs of that show. Jeez. Wayward Sisters was apparently a lock.
We don't need to go down that road because I'm just going to get pissed off.
Yeah. Good old CW can't have a female-led supernatural show, apparently. And I just terrible. But anyways, Jensen Ackles and his wife are developing the Winchesters, which will follow a younger John and Mary Winchester. The story will not be the same because it sounds like the Angels might have had the Angels and good old Chuck might have had a little bit to do with throwing the Winchesters off course, what their initial intended course was. So We're going to get to look in on young John and young Mary and see how that is. And Dean Winchester is going to narrate the series. Sounds like he's going to do the intros and outros. So Jensen Ackles will step back in as Dean, at least in voice format. And the other rumor I've heard is they may, in fact, include Castiel in the show at some point. And there's a bunch of ways they could do that. He's an angel. But Misha Collins was heavily hinting at it earlier this week. I don't think he'd be like permanent. I think it'd be a one-off. Okay, here he is. Here's the episode. I think back to season 5, episode 3, or maybe it's season 4, episode 3. Dean and Cass go back in time. And Dean meets young Mary and young John. So it could be something in vein of that. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, you figure you think he's too expensive for this show?
No, I don't. But the thing I am wondering is the guy that's kind of left out here, and we've seen all the online drama unfold, is do you guys feel there's a way they're going to try to incorporate Jared Padalecki, even if it's just like, oh, it's the season finale, and this time Sam will do the voiceover, or is the common thing in here, Sam was just too damn young, so why would he be narrating it? But then again, he's going to be narrating stuff that happened before he was even born.
So here's where you can fit it in with supernatural canon. It can be like a multiverse sort of thing, looking at Jared Padalecki, at this time of the season finale, when he goes on living his rest of his life. I know I said Jared Padalecki. Don't fucking bust me like that.
Oh, man.
Sammy Winchester when he goes on living the rest of his life.
So
with everyone's favorite prosthetics.
Do you think they will find a way to involve him in the show?
Hope so. It's fitting, if nothing else.
Johnny, your best guess?
I mean,
if you were in charge, would you?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the format you're trying to tell the story in. Like, I mean, there's so many different ways they can sort of do it to make sense. Like, I don't know. I'm still not 100% sold on the plan. Like the Dean narrating the story. Now, I mean, could it be done? Yes, very easily. It's just a simple, multiversal flip the switch. It's not Dean that dies in this finale. It's Sam that dies. And now this is Dean telling, the stories of his kids, it's telling the stories of his parents to his children, instead of Sam being the one to grow up and have the family, it's Dean. So that, I think, okay, that could make sense. But just, I don't honestly know. Like, I think they'll try and find a way to get Sammy involved, but
I am lost too at the structure. Don't get me wrong. I'm stoked to hear more Jensen as Dean Winchester. Who wouldn't be? It's just, obviously he couldn't let go of the role either. But at the same time, there's part of me that goes, I don't know how much sense that makes, but then there's another part of me that goes, it's supernatural. Does it need to make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess until we have more than just this is what it is, like, it's just, I still have a hard time with the entirety of the, obviously it can't take place in the prime timeline. It can't.
No.
Because
something has changed.
You can't retcon John learning about everything after Mary dying. Like, you kind of played with that a bit with, with Dean and Sam playing with time travel.
Which I think kind of answers Frank's question too about John's diary. I would think the answer to this would be, well, maybe some stuff's still the same. A lot of it would be different. I don't like, I think that's the whole point of the show, is it's not going to be the same. Which, yeah, I find curious.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, like right now it's still just in the, the planning stages. It's nowhere. There's no I don't even think there's a pilot order yet.
I I think they did order a pilot. I could be wrong on that.
But the question is, like, why this? Why this? Why not the diary entries? Tell us the story of, little Sam and little
You went
Dean.
blurry on us, Johnny.
I went blurry.
No, Johnny
I
went
didn't.
blurry. There we go.
Why not tell the story of them when they were kids, and John when he's doing the whole not too good single dad thing, and just trying. I mean, I know we got flashbacks throughout the show, but they could do so much more. They would have to recast, of course.
A lot of CW insiders think that this thing is going to go as long as it's not terrible, just because of the exclusive deal Jensen and Danelle signed with Warner Brothers. So, I think there are other things that you could have done that should have came before this. At the same time, I'm willing to give it a chance because I thought we might have to go, 10 years or 5 years without more Supernatural. And if we get it in this vein, I think it's cool. I think it'll be cool to see John and Mary hunt together, which obviously did not happen in the show because things didn't line up. So, and it sounds like they're going to go that route. So it could get messy. It could piss people off. But it's entertainment at the end of the day, and I'm going to take it for what it is. And if we get 2 or 3 or 4 good seasons, then, whatever, I'll take it until that long-awaited Supernatural reunion happens at some point to make up for the fucking 2 COVID episodes. So, but yeah, anyways, that's where we are. Fellas, I'm about to kill the audience here because I'm about to bring up Star Wars. Holy crap, is there a bunch of batshit crazy Star Wars rumors out there right now? That would require me watching any of the other seasons of Dexter. But I think, Johnny, you watched them, right?
I did. I don't know. I might watch. I'll probably watch the first episode at the very least. I am very confused with all of the people they're bringing back without, retconning anything. Like, I mean, we already know they're bringing back Deb and Trinity, and I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'll watch the first episode, give it a shot, and if it intrigues me, then I'll probably keep watching. But if it doesn't, no harm and no foul. You already lost me with the finale of the series. Well, I guess with the last 2 seasons of the series.
It's that famous saying that it almost doesn't matter if anything makes sense. If they have a chance to make money off something, they'll find a way in their head for it to make sense. Speaking of which,
so what we're going to be getting is we're going to be getting Princess Leia as a Disney princess, finally. Long awaited. And we're going to be seeing what happens if Darth Vader did not die at the end of episode 6. We're going to be seeing that what if story. Get him a nice white suit of armor, all that shizzle.
I'd be cool with Star
Vader
Wars.
bling.
I would totally tune into Star Wars What If. Absolutely. But they're already kind of doing that without a What If show. So do you guys remember when Disney bought Lucasfilm back in 2012? I remember
being called a liar.
Yeah, I remember a phone conversation. I think it might have been like October, whatever the sale day was, the 28th, I think, or something like that. It was right around Halloween.
Yep.
And Johnny called me and they're like, Lucasfilm just got sold to or George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney, and they just announced Star Wars Episode 7. And I was just like, you're a fucking liar. No fucking way.
Direct quote.
No way. So I pull up my fucking, I don't know what phone it would have been way back then. Probably my little, those keyboard forms that you flip up and you type.
I think
like
I
that.
had an iPhone 4 at the time.
That feels too new for it to have been that long ago.
But yeah, no, I didn't believe it. But do you remember when they're like, you know what? Fuck the old canon. We don't need it. We don't need the characters. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And they're like, just gone. They got erased as if Kathleen Kennedy and company somehow had the Infinity Gauntlet on, and they're just like, and Star Wars Legends is gone. Well, since then we had some well-received movies and very successful movies, and some not so well-received movies, and a division of the fan base that might be stronger than any other fandom in terms of how far they're divided at this point. And then all of a sudden, you know what? You remember that Thrawn guy? Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have erased him. Turns out he was very popular and could make us money. Yeah, let's bring him back. But let's just do it for one novel and a TV series or a cartoon series. And hey, do you remember that Revan guy? Yeah, let's make him a canon again too, so we can use him later on. And then the end of the Bad Batch, which I have not seen. Haven't seen it. All of a sudden on Twitter, I start seeing Mount Tantus fucking trending, and I'm like, wait a second. Those of you that don't know, which is probably most of you, Mount Tantus is the main facility that gets talked about all the time in the Thrawn trilogy. And Palpatine had some very psychotic shit going on there involving clones and whatnot. And sure enough, what does Bad Batch do? It brings back Mount fucking Tantus on the heels of Lars Mikkelsen being cast as Thrawn in Ahsoka and in other projects, on the heels of the second of 3 Thrawn prequel books coming out. So we know Thrawn has been coming for a very long time. But now they're doing Mount Tantus. And all of a sudden, you got places like Making Star Wars. Places like Den of Nerds, who get a lot of Star Wars shit right, literally talking about clone Luke from that series is not only legitimately on the table, but may in fact be somebody you've already been introduced to. And it's just like, I'm sorry, why did we erase the canon again? Why could we not do episode 7, 8, and 9 and have 10 minutes of filler at the beginning, just briefly explaining, too bad. The guy in the fucking dog suit is dead. Not the actor. The actual character, Chewbacca, died in Star Wars Legends. The actor then did pass away, Peter Mayhew, tragically, not too long ago, a couple years now, I think. But like, you can be the biggest fucking Star Wars Disney shill in the fucking world, and you can't tell me that they're not backtracking on a ton of this shit. Now, Tommy, I know how you feel. We'll get to you in a second. Johnny, this is the first time you and I have had a chance to talk about it. And don't get me wrong. Hey, if we're going to get it, cool. But I don't understand how they could have miscalculated so bad to the point, we need to go back and bring all this stuff back. And Mara Jade also, it's like very heavily rumored.
I mean, I think to me, it's just a little bit a part of. They realized just how much good stuff there was there that isn't tied in. Like,
there was out there stuff. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, a huge Star Wars Legends fan, but some of that shit was out there, no doubt.
The problem is that the Thrawn trilogy happened so early in the back half, like in the Legends canon, that throwing it out didn't make as much sense as throwing out some of the stuff that went later.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
like
35, 40 years after the original trilogy, it's like, that's a lot different than 10.
So, I mean, I think it's just kind of like they've realized that a lot of that stuff isn't, I don't want to say tainted, but isn't affected by the Legends content that came after it. Like, point of divergence or point of divergence, you didn't need the point of divergence to be literally the end of episode 6, which is what they chose.
For sure.
So if they'd have, cut it off after the Thrawn trilogy, okay. Or even, I don't want to say told that story, but sort of interpreted that story a bit more, like incorporated it a bit more,
Mhm.
would have made a lot more sense to me. Like now where you're kind of going back and you're introducing Thrawn in basically just after the
Remediating.
Clone Wars, and in the Clone Wars,
Just think
and
about it
that's
now. There's more Thrawn books in the current canon than there was in. Sorry, there's just as many. You had the Thrawn trilogy,
Mhm.
the Thrawn the Hand of Thrawn duology, and then you had the
Outbound Flight.
Outbound Flight. Thank you. And now you have 6 Thrawn books here, but now he's in a cartoon series, and we know he's going to play a massive part in their live action Disney Plus stuff going forward for the
Mhm.
next several years.
It feels wasted. Like this is stuff they could have used properly in the films that come after it. Like, I don't look at some of the things that come afterwards and say, well, if they'd have done this, it would have made so much more sense. But how much better would the sequel trilogy have been if instead of random General Hux and what was the guy that came after him,
No idea at this point, dude.
and
Anything after that
random dude who comes
trilogy is
after him, if it had have been Thrawn. Like, I mean, Hux you kind of can't replace because you need, he's a turncoat and he switches sides and whatever. But if all of a sudden he's replaced with, Thrawn, like that kind of changes the ball game a lot. It's a character that people are already invested in. You're incorporating into the new canon in a way that makes sense and still doesn't take the things that you're still doing off the table. Right? Because there's still all those interim years in between the two that you can very easily, still tell the story you're telling and not have it affect where he ends up in, the sequel trilogy. Because it makes so much more sense to me than it's someone like Thrawn working the tactics and things of this plan, because there's nobody in the sequel trilogy that I think is smart enough to hide an entire fleet like that. Whereas if you'd have said that, Grand Admiral Thrawn was the guy in charge of that fleet and keeping it hidden and keeping it secret, yeah, okay. I believe he's smart enough to pull that off for the last, 35, 40 years, keeping this thing secret. Now, obviously that's not 100% accurate, but, keeping this thing secret and
The problem is there, though. Like, we all know that the guy that reset the canon, yeah, Kennedy was the one that ended up being the axe, and Disney would have had to have her permission. It's when they hired J.J. Abrams. And as much as I like The Force Awakens, he wanted nothing to do with anything that weren't the movies. He didn't even want anything to do with the prequels. He was basically told to make very small reference, and he did. And to me, that's a problem.
They needed the canon overlord before that. Like, you say, well, that's Kathleen Kennedy's job. Well, no, it really isn't. Like that's not her job. Like it's like everybody compares her to Kevin Feige, but that's not, to me, that's not an accurate description. She's more in the Bob Iger class, not the Kevin Feige class. They needed a Kevin Feige type to keep their hand on the the continuity, basically, which is obviously something that Filoni has since pretty much taken over after the debacle that was a sequel trilogy. But you needed that from the jump, not from the end.
No, I don't think that's his account, fellas. And if it is, maybe he did get hacked, but I don't know. It's already been blocked and dealt with. It's almost like you guys have nothing better to do.
They don't.
It's almost like you guys don't have any balls. I really wanted you to follow that up with "they don't" too, but you let me down.
Yeah, I don't believe the spelling's the same either.
Whatever.
They can't
Whatever.
spell. I mean,
We've
that's
had
one thing
brief-
they can't do. It's literally just a copy and fucking paste, but they can't even do that right. So.
We have rent-free space in their heads for the longest time and they couldn't count to 10 if their lives depended on it. It seems like some of the messages that I get, I literally just look at them now and laugh and go, you know what, I feel bad for that person. It is what it is. Anyway, so Thrawn, like it's getting crazy. Like there's so much that's coming back into canon, and to go as deep as Mount Tantus, you didn't need to involve Mount Tantus just for Thrawn. No way. And the two working theories right now are this. Doesn't mean they're true. Speculation, not on my part, on people far better connected than me. But one, that Mara Jade is in fact back. And two, clone Luke is actually Snoke, who was injured by Luke Skywalker way back when, that Palpatine controlled. And as much as that might sound asinine to everybody out there, including myself, the whole let's make comics canon thing, they released this comic that happens before The Force Awakens where Ben Solo is talking to Snoke, and Snoke says he encountered Luke once before, and Luke basically left him disfigured. I'm guessing that's where they're pulling from. And then the other fucking rumored shit is there's another Kenobi possibly. So who knows? I have no idea. I can't keep up with this shit anymore. I don't know if they know what they're doing anymore. But backtracking to my point on J.J. Abrams.
I am the alt Kenobi. I am Obi-2.
I have
Kenobi.
the low ground.
Obi-2 Kenobi has the low ground.
Well, she's gonna have to wait. Sorry. But yeah, just a crazy amount of rumors out there.
There always is, though. I mean, it's just the specifics of some of these ones that are just like, really, these are the things you're picking and choosing to, bring out. Like, don't get me wrong, Mara Jade. All right, I like that. Sorta.
I like the idea if Mara came back, ends up getting killed before The Force Awakens, obviously, and that's another reason why Luke goes off. That adds some more credence to this is why he did this, or one of the reasons why he went off. I think that would help a lot. But I don't. It just seems fucking crazy out there. Like Bad Batch gets to the end again. I have not watched. I've seen like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and Mount fucking Tantus is what you pull. And I think that's the difference between having J.J. Abrams in charge before, when Star Wars first came back and he got to, send the story where he wanted it to go with Lawrence Kasdan. And what was that you just did? You had a weird light on your thing. You look like a Lobot. Oh, muting yourself?
Yes, the light on my microphone when I mute it is green, which matches my green screen. Thus, it and a small area around my cheek disappears.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, it's just there's a lot of wild shit out there. And I think if you would have brought Star Wars back with guys like Filoni, which there obviously wasn't enough trust with back then, and Favreau, you might have avoided having Legends being erased. I truly believe that. Tommy, what's your what's your take on this fucking just weirdness that's out there right now with Star Wars? You're a Bad Batch fan, so like, did you recognize Mount Tantus?
No, I did not recognize Mount Tantus. But I was still kind of, recovering from everything else that went on with the episode. Mount Tantus is cool, and I kind of you piece together from the context of what's actually going on, but the quick little look at Mount Tantus didn't get to me. I found that out later. As for Legends canon versus canon, should they have just kept it? Yeah. You had said something that was a little odd. I really didn't understand the full context. They should have just did 10 minutes of filler. this is where Chewbacca's dead. Well, Chewbacca's not dead before the Thrawn trilogy, though.
No, but I was talking as if they just kept all of the canon intact. Meaning, if the Force Awakens would have taken place like 45 years after Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay. So you're basically explaining away why Chewbacca is. Okay, I guess. Yeah. Well, anyway, I was just going to say. I mean, Peter Mayhew was still floating around. He was in the Force Awakens, for some scenes at least. Anyway, we don't really know how many. But yes, we all friggin' wish that the Thrawn trilogy ended up being 7, 8, and 9. We were saying that since the movies were first announced. We were hoping, and actually, I if I recall correctly, growing up, I think there was a significant portion of the fandom that would have really just loved to have seen 7, 8, and 9 as movies, even before it was a real possibility. That trilogy is really what put the expanded universe, the Legends universe, on the map.
Yeah.
They were far from the first installments, but they're what paved the way, if you will. As for this whole clone Luke thing,
Luke.
Yes. There are a number of directions they could take this, and honestly, they could really piss off hardcore sequel trilogy fans. Like, hey guys, yeah, so this guy was actually Luke. Luke Skywalker's actually still out there. Wouldn't that be something else? That would destroy the canon. It would destroy the fucking canon.
That would be the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
And is that out of character for the direction Star Wars has been going over the past so many years? They haven't been taking the most intelligent moves.
So the other piece of Star Wars news that dropped was the Visions trailer, which I'll be honest, I don't care at all about. So, where you guys?
I'm up for Visions. I really wish they didn't make it just fucking explicitly non-canon to begin with. And in fact, I'm pretty salty about that, because why the fuck are you making Star Wars stuff that's not canon when you basically said, oh, well, all this Legends universe stuff is no longer canon and we're not going to make anything more of it for it anymore. You canceled projects because of it. I just don't understand it. I mean, if it doesn't have fucking Legos in it, and it's not part of the Old Republic video game, which has been going on since before the acquisition, what was the purpose of it? Why did it have to be non-canon? Why couldn't you somehow fit these?
Because George Lucas changed Korriban to Morabon.
Yeah, why couldn't they just fit this collection of fucking short stories into the Star Wars canon? I don't give a fuck if it's being done anime style. Hell, as a fucking anime fan, I'm all for that shit. I just don't fucking understand what games we're playing here anymore. Do we want to have a singular Star Wars canon that's being built upon, or do we not?
I don't know what they want anymore, to be honest. I don't. I have no idea. Johnny, any interest in Visions, man?
I mean, I'll probably check out the first episode just to see what's going on, kind of thing. Like, but I mean, yeah, like Tommy said, after that whole big thing about everything that comes out as canon, all books, all comics, all video games, everything is canon, and now here we are. Yeah, we're gonna do this, but it's completely not canon, and it just, it's another slap in the face for those of us who enjoyed the Legends stuff and were more than willing to, still have it be a point of divergence, in the canon. Feel like this is where the canon goes, and this is where Legends go. but still let people play in the sandbox that is Legends. But no, they didn't do that. By the time he said they canceled a whole bunch of stuff, I don't know, it was just stupid.
Yeah. No, I'm right on there with you guys. Same point. Blu-ray Addict asks, are you guys going to watch the Chucky TV series? I'm reluctantly going to start it, is what I would say, just for the sake of being able to cover it on here a bit.
Yeah,
what movies
I'll
do I
probably
have
check
to
out.
see to catch up with it, to follow along with it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably none of them.
Like I said, I'll probably check out the first episode or two and see how good it is, and then go from there.
What service is it going to be hitting in the U.S.?
Sci-Fi. You know who
Oh.
loves Sci-Fi? Terrence.
That's right. Yeah, I don't fucking have that channel, so unless they have like a free streaming app or some shit where you can pick them up the next day, which is how I watched Supernatural for a few seasons.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Ooh, yeah. I won't go any further on that. We're gonna switch to some Q&A now, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me. We'll do about 15 minutes of Q&A, maybe 20. We'll see what there is to talk about. So start sending your questions in now. Again, if you want to send in a super chat and support the channel on that level, you can do so. If you can't support the channel on that level, then you can click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to click subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can also check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. Join today, because that is in fact the way. All right, we're back in three messages. We're back in 3 minutes. Post those questions. We'll answer them. You want to talk wrestling? Well, if you don't ask Johnny a wrestling question, then I'm going to fucking do it. If Johnny survives the 3-minute break. But before we get to our break song, a message from one of our supporters.
Hi guys, this is Terrence, Fandom Empire, and you're watching Fandom Empire Live, which Sean didn't invite me to, so it's probably going to be a piece of shit!
All right, it's overtime here at Fandom Empire Live. I'm joined by Johnny and Tommy B. We've talked a lot tonight. I'm going to lead off with the first question. If you guys want to get your questions in, feel free to do so now. The latest will go to the top of the hour. That'd be 11, but it might be 10 minutes earlier than that. We will see. Johnny, I'm not going to ask you if CM Punk's debuting Friday, because whether you think he's not, I would think you'd have to be crazy at this point to not think that. Pretend that we hadn't had any of the teases yet. You know, and keep in mind, you can't take up the whole 20 minutes that's left on the show to answer this. Pretend there was no teases about CM Punk to AEW. Because now there's just fucking one every day, it seems like. Multiple ones a day. From either him or someone in the company or the company themselves. Would you have done it the way they're doing it? And if not, how would you have done it?
I would have just done it cold. I mean, I don't know where it came from. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of, makes you scratch your head a bit. They're usually pretty good about keeping things under their hat. Like they kept the Moxley thing under their hat right until he showed up. Brody Lee was under their hat until he showed up. But now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was just too many. It came out too soon, I guess, for them to not really do anything other than what they're doing. They kind of got to prime the pump without confirming it, and that's the weird part. Like, I still say it's not going to happen on Friday night. I'm still, I still say it's not happening. And that's just because, it doesn't. I still think bigger. I think there's a bigger market than the television share they get on a Friday night at 10 p.m. on TNT. Like, I'm even just looking at the ratings from last week. Like, the ratings were low. Like, good for a Friday night at 10 p.m., but still low.
700,000, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like
9, whatever it was. I mean, better than what NXT have been doing on Wednesday nights, but
yeah, but I mean, like that's my point though. Like you're gonna leave, 400,000 viewers on the table. Like
I don't know, but to me, I can't believe you still don't think it's going to happen after Tony Khan recently said it's today. This will be basically, in his opinion, the biggest week in wrestling, like period. And then next week it'll go back to normal, whatever that means. So, but how would you when you say cold, do you mean like we randomly get to a pay-per-view and the music hits sort of thing?
Well, I mean, you need to build it up in a more subtle way. Like, you've done a good job with some of the subtler hints with certain people. Like, you don't need to hit it like over the head with a mallet. Like the Darby Allin stuff has been a hammer.
Yeah, like
like you don't need to be a hammer about it. Like just
I think Punk name dropping him the one time was more than enough, was it not? Like
just having the plan go according to play with, like you don't need to be a hammer on a nail. Like just getting to Chicago, which is where the inevitable debut would always take place. There's no other destination for it. Unless you can do something crazy and get like Madison Square Garden. Which I think Vince would be dead before that'll ever happen. He already let a company not WWE into the Garden once. He'll never let it happen again. So, There's no. It has to be in Chicago, so it's got to be All Out because that's what makes the most sense to me. It's where you're going to have the most eyes on it. It's where you're going to have media coverage. You're going to have reporters there. You're going to have BR, and you might even pick up Sports Center coverage for a pay-per-view. You're not going to pick that up for a 10 p.m. Rampage. You're just not. Like, I don't know. I think they leaned too far into it with the United Center thing when they did. Like change the Dynamite after All Out to the United Center. Like do something like that. I don't.
Too late for that now.
Well, obviously, but it. I like I said, it's not the right time or place for I think bigger. I can pull a 1.2, 1.25. On Dynamite, Rampage can't even pull one. I'm gonna leave 400,000 possible viewers.
I seen someone put this out there. What if on Rampage, Punk ends the show, comes out, just like it's like an attack. It's a quick. It's Darby with the GTS after the tag match, and that's how the show ends. And then Rampage
Darby doesn't have a tag match on Dynamite. You mean?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. I thought you said Rampage. That's why I was confused.
On Dynamite, at the end of Dynamite, if that would ends up being the main event.
Well, it's not going to be.
But you keep saying Punk's not going to show Friday, and I'm telling you he is.
I don't think he is. I think you're going to get the call out on Friday night.
All right. So what do you want to bet here that's not money?
Nothing, because if it still happens, it happens. Like I'm saying, I'm thinking bigger. I think that Tony Khan is leaving too much meat on the bone doing this on a Rampage. That's what I think. Like, is it a great way to establish the anything can happen on Rampage? Sure. Yeah, but what's that going to matter in a month?
Depends where they want to go with it. I liked the 1 hour Rampage the other night. I thought it was.
I got no problem with it, and
it's
a good B.
But I was disappointed
show.
when it was over, right? Like it was over, and I was just like, "Oh, right, that's the end of the show. The show is over. That was quick."
The problem is, and I'll say this: doing this on Rampage establishes Rampage as an A show. Rampage isn't an A show. It's a 1 hour, 10 p.m. Friday night. It's a B show.
Maybe they have hopes of making it an A show. I don't know.
At 10 p.m. on Friday night?
No, that doesn't make sense. Obviously, the 10 p.m.
I'd also like to point out that they're leaving TNT in 2 weeks to go to TBS.
Is that just Rampage, or is that everything?
I believe both, because TNT has the NHL coming in the fall. They've got NBA coming back in the fall, so they're moving it over to TBS. So I don't 10 p.m. on a TBS on Friday night, that's a B show.
Well, I think just 10 p.m. any show starting at that late, that's
yeah.
At least for me, anyways. 10 p.m. I'm in the bag.
Yeah, like it's
10:47, and I'm slowly strolling towards Crispy Avenue. So
you can't treat it like an A show, and having Punk make his first return to a major pro wrestling ring for the first time in 10 years. I'm pretty close to it anyway. I mean, I know it's not actually 10 years, but it feels like 10
But
years.
It has been 10 years.
It's been 10 years since he cared about pro wrestling.
Yeah, seems like it.
So you're establishing a B show as an A show, and that's long-term not good. Because unless you're going to keep doing big things to keep it as an A show, you are dooming that show to the cesspool that is Thunder.
We'll have to assess this again. I guess it would be next Tuesday. We'd probably be first talking about it. Well, maybe after Rampage on Friday, if it does happen, I'll come on here and do something, since we have an open slot there. I know I briefly talked to Jeremy about doing that too. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, open door for anybody who wants to come on and talk about it. I think there's less than 1% chance Johnny's right. And it's not because, I know more than wrestling than he. I don't know fucking 1% of what he's forgotten, let alone what he knows. Okay. So I'm not approaching it from that angle. I'm just looking at the evidence like I would with reporting something Halloween Kills or Star Wars or whatever. and more times we're right than we're not, and like there's just too much evidence that says it's going to happen.
Oh, you're probably not wrong. Like if he shows up on Friday night, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe they've done this. I feel so. No, I mean,
Just not what
okay,
you would have done.
that's great, but I think you're screwing this up. I think it would be. I dare say it would be the first honest to god mistake in AEW booking since the company started.
Well, I suppose we will have to wait and see on that front. I had another question to follow that one up, and it has just it's gone. It's no longer there.
It poofed.
So maybe it will return. I do want to answer this one because it could be time sensitive. Terry Willis asks, does anyone know what the Halloween Kills vinyl that is clear with red splatter is called? I was looking at pre-order. So that's the special artwork one. Let me see if I can find proper wording for you here, Terry. But Dean reported earlier in this episode that was sold out, but that would be the second time today it said that. So maybe they've released more. And it's called the Halloween Kills OST - Sacred Bones Exclusive Art Edition vinyl LP. And again, they only made 2,000 of those, so it's extremely limited. They may actually be sold out now. We will have to wait.
It is still reading sold out.
It is still reading sold out according to Tommy B. So that's where our update is on that front. Johnny, simple yes or no. Is Bray Wyatt going to AEW? I know you could break this down, but what's your gut tell you? Yeah, no.
I mean,
Like,
kind of
don't they
has
have
to.
some-
I think.
I was gonna say, don't they have so much talent now that like they not have 2A shows? Should not have been the goal? Not a B show on Friday?
Logically, yes, but no at the same time because it's too soon for 2A shows.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that say it's too soon for a stadium, but it sounds like they would really like to do one in 2022. So,
I mean, in the words of Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. As long as that's the case, then I say do it.
I think if they wanted to do Soldier Field, they could do Soldier Field.
I mean, I'll even like I don't understand the hate on stadium shows. Like stadium shows were a thing back in the 50s. You know, they were filling up like
Is there hate
Park
on
and people just don't understand them. Like they think stadium shows should be reserved for WrestleMania, but really they shouldn't because stadium things have been around in pro wrestling for as long as pro wrestling has been a thing.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying to this point for sure. Tommy, you might be able to take this one for a ride, man. Recently picked back up Pokemon Fire Red on a phone emulator. You guys ever play it?
Isn't that just the remake of
I
Red?
I responded to that a little bit in the chat. I think I played Red and Blue back in the day, you know, as a little kiddo. More recently, within the past.
I think he's
year.
talking about Fire Red. Is that just a remake?
Fire
of
Red was just the remake.
I don't know.
Oh, was it Fire Red?
Yes,
Except
that was
Fire
the specific one he said.
I mean, yeah. I owned both Fire Red and Leaf Green when they came out. I got both of them, and I think I beat both of them. It was a good remake. Probably I haven't played all of them. I skipped a few games, but yeah. I think they really did the original Gen 1 games justice. The Wi-Fi thing was cool for where it was at the time. You attached a little attachment to the Game Boy Advance. You could do the wireless trading. It came with the games. But yeah, I was happy when wireless stuff came built in with DSs and you had the future games and what have you. Yeah, those games are good games. There's a reason they continue to be pirated and ROMmed up, and you got people making illegal copies all over eBay. I am not posting said links or endorsing said copies because they're 99% of the time a waste of money from what I have read. You are buying junk. But,
And you say that because you're a man of the mustard. I mean, sorry, people. Man of the people.
You really shouldn't talk
no.
about your mustard bro that way.
Nah, they seriously, people, they get these cheap flash cartridges. They get illegal copies of the game. They do the equivalent of burning them on the cartridge. And my understanding is it'll load up. You can play it. And it should stay fine, but at any time the game can crash. You can lose your save file. Just any other number of bad things can happen that will make you not have a good time. So if you're ever tempted to get a a pirated copy, illegal copy of a old Game Boy Advance game, do not do it.
Yeah, just get it on a PC like a normal person.
Words from our boy Tommy Bizzle.
Can I just say that having somebody who calls out Vern Gagne by name in the chat is making my heart flutter a little.
Is that the only thing that's fluttering?
It's the only thing I'm going to tell you is fluttering on air.
Oh man!
I mean, there's a Showdown at Shea reference right after that, man. I mean,
All right, we got to keep all these answers short, guys, because DMT asked a bunch of questions here. Tommy, favorite anime of all time? Go.
Wow, that's mean.
Is it though?
Are you
That's
doing your
fucking
best,
mean.
Johnny, right now? It feels like it.
Wow, Johnny, you give a favorite anime.
He wasn't asked that question. It's specified just Tommy. Nice try, Tommy. Answer the fucking question.
Wow, fuck.
I mean, I could answer it, I guess.
I love
Apparently
everything.
faster than you could.
I love fucking everything from your big school animes like Naruto, Shippuden, even Boruto, DBZ, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon. Wow. Favorite anime of all time. Let's go with Naruto Shippuden.
I mean, I know that wasn't asked to me, but I'll answer it anyway. Classic Dragon Ball Z, modern Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, I mean, we both love the Sins. Looking forward to the wrap up of that series.
Dragon Ball Z for me, for sure. Sean, top 3 favorite Supernatural episodes. Oh, you can't do that to me.
See, these are fucked up questions, DMT.
Mystery Spot, The French Mistake.
Why not just say The French Mistake in the Gabriel trilogy?
And I don't know. I don't. There's 2 though. Season 5 finale. That's a good episode. Wow, how dare you do that to us?
Just say the Gabriel trilogy next time and it'll be fine. I mean, that's 3 amazing episodes.
Johnny, do you prefer bro on sis or cousin on cousin? LOL, joking. Number 1 favorite video game of all time.
Oh, Super Mario Bros. 3.
Super
Gotta go to the classic.
Mario 3.
Which, if you are looking for a legitimate way to play it, not a pirated method, you can get it on the Nintendo Switch by having a Nintendo Online or whatever the hell they're calling it.
Yes, you can, and yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I got my Switch out for the first time in a while. I got the new Mario Golf game.
To each their own, I suppose. I loved those golfs. What were they called that we were playing on Xbox there? Just the basic one. What was that called?
We were playing the golf club, but we would have had a lot more fun playing golf with friends. But that wasn't a thing when we stopped playing golf.
Y'all talking about the CM Punk thing for weeks now. Yeah, it's coming to its, I would say, conclusion, but I'm going to say stop.
We'll either be talking about it for 72 hours or the next 3 weeks to deal with it.
Yeah.
So this isn't going away, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh shit!
Correct. We did tell people at the channel we won't take a deep dive, but we'll talk a little pro wrestling here and there. We won't talk about the 5th city, 4th league dungeon basement indie wrestler guys that Jer and Johnny could name in their sleep that I will never have heard of and probably never will hear of. Those guys are just insane, but we'll touch a little pro wrestling here and there. And unlike Tommy, we don't fuck everything, by the way. Like, I fuck everything. And then it was just this random pause for a second. It's like, oh my God. John says, as long as he is there to elevate talent, don't give the guy the title and don't let Cody leech onto him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I care if Punk ever gets the title or not. It'd be cool, but... Oh, that's what I meant to ask you, Johnny. Sorry, on the Punk thing. Here we go again. That just reminded me. So
I'm confused. Where did Cody come from? Because if you've been actually watching AEW, dude's put over like the last 5 guys he's worked with. Shit, he made fucking QT Marshall relevant on TV.
the fucking Malachi Black match, I saw that one. I was just like, oh, okay. Well, that was quick. That's cool. You know, I like the unpredictable.
Okay, DMT. No, Sunshine sucks. It is an awful game.
Oh, Mario.
It's just bad.
Yeah,
Super Mario Sunshine is like a real. I don't even know if I want to say love it, hate it sort of game for the fan base, but it's got a lot of critics.
I hate it. I mean, Luigi's Mansion, I don't hate, like, but I'm indifferent on it. But Sunshine, I hate with a passion.
I have never done a full playthrough of it. I have the 3-pack, the Super Mario 3D, blah 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 blah.
I never got that because I'm not a big fan of the 3D games from that era.
So, Johnny, I know you got to be kind of quick with this, man, because we are basically out of time. But Erica says she loved Wii Sports. So there's a reported deal out there for Punk that basically his deal is, it sounds like it's 1 year, but there may be an option for a second on both sides. But that he's basically expected to wrestle 10 to 12 times in that year, and that he'll be on TV most weeks. And do you see a problem with that? And does it make sense to you? To me, it makes sense because he won't be wrestling all the time. He's an attraction, but he's not there as little as Brock Lesnar was in his past couple of WWE runs. And he gets the flexibility to go and act, obviously, because unless he signs up for AEW live shows, which it's expected he probably won't do many of those.
Which there haven't been any.
Right.
There's only been one.
Yeah, I was going to say they didn't even get a chance to really get
There's literally been one AEW house show in the entire run of the company.
Which is kind of crazy, but that's the world we live in. Does that contract make sense? Obviously, it's for a lot of money, but does that make sense to you? Just the freedom that he'd have with that company?
I mean, really, AEW contracts all kind of have that freedom because they haven't been touring, outside of television. I mean, yes, they've added in the second date now weekly, so you have to do, in some instances, 2 cities in a week. But, they've been trying to keep them sort of geographically close for the most part. I mean, this week is the anomaly. They're in, Houston tomorrow night, and then Chicago on Friday night. But for the most part, they're kind of like one city or one state or close. So I'm not surprised at all that it's, a limited thing as far as that goes. Like, having him only wrestle 12 times a year, that's still a lot when you think about the fact that AEW only has 5 pay-per-views a year. That's another big thing.
So you have him do all the pay-per-views as long as there's no filming conflict, and you have him do, obviously you might do a Rampage depending on what you're doing, but the rest would be Dynamites here and there. I see no problem with that usage. I'm not a big wrestling guy anymore, but to me, that seems like it would be something that appeals to him because he's still around and around a lot. He's not coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. He's not wrestling all the time either. And maybe that in itself, does that not sort of eliminate him out of title contention? Like if he's only going to wrestle 10 or 12 times in a year, or could they still find a way to
No, not if they do it right. Because AEW is still about records. It's still about performances and things like that.
That would be something.
WrestleMania 17, that was the last time you saw him. That's right, he was in the Gimmick Battle Royal. But no, I mean, there's still definitely ways to get him into the title picture if that's where you want him.
I don't think him there, but
yeah, I mean, I think you'll get him there because you kind of have to get him there eventually, depending on who the programs are with. You're not going to keep him away from the champion.
Show. Have him against Pac-Man or him against Omega at
Pac-Man?
Hangman. Hangman, Adam Page, Pac-Man Page.
I know you're a Titans fan, but the Pac-Man Jones experiment sucked. We're not going back to that.
It sucked in both ways. But yeah, no, I think that makes some sense. I could see him, winning the title at Soldier Field. If they ended up doing a big Chicago show a year from now.
I still think, and I said this before, I still think the first stadium show is May, and I think I'm assuming triple main event would probably be Omega Page,
Yep,
Punk and MJF,
Mhm.
and Bryan Danielson and whoever he's working
Jericho
with.
even if he's back by then.
Well, I mean Jericho and somebody else, obviously, but and Danielson, Bryan and whoever he's working with, Jericho and whoever he's working with, maybe even Jericho Guevara by that point.
Pretty loaded card.
Absolutely.
AEW has the ability, in my opinion, to do a stadium show now with how, well known their their roster is to the general audience member.
Oh yeah, adding in a lot of these guys that they've added in over the last year have that, that everybody that name value. Like, I don't want to say name value because it sounds disingenuous, but name value is still a fact. I mean, they've added, Paul White, Mark Henry, Sting, Christian, and now we're adding Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and you've already got guys like Pac and Cody Rhodes, who's, a huge name, Chris Jericho, who's a huge name. These things matter. Like, you're building stars behind them. Like, that's the important thing, is you're building stars behind them, but you've still got those big names that, average Joe fan can hang their hat on and be like, hey, I remember seeing him on TV.
All right. We end with rapid fire, boys. Here we go. Get ready. Thanks for posting that too, Foley. That's all.
That is one of my favorite promos, John.
What's he talking about?
Sid cutting a promo on an In Your House with Jim Ross completely butt fucks it. Can we start over? I'm sorry, we're live, pal.
This has got to be on YouTube, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I got to see this.
This
You don't
rapid
remember that
fire's going pretty slow.
Hook me up, please. All right, we'll start with Tommy. Tommy, all right, here we go. Will Luke Skywalker appear in Boba Fett Season 3 or Mando Season 3? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will the very ending of the Halloween Kills script change on screen during the movie?
No.
Last but not least, yellow or blue?
Is that a fucking question?
It was. Just to get your yellow out of the way.
It's yellow.
It's yellow.
Seriously, this is only part of like top 10s and shit?
Oh, seriously? Wow.
All right, Johnny gets bad questions. Let's go.
Johnny gets bad questions. Johnny, what's your gut tell you? You think you're going to like Halloween Kills as much as 2018?
I hope so.
Of course. Of course. You have to get an I hope so win. Crash Bandicoot, yay or nay?
Yay.
Absolutely.
Got the remaster last year.
Gears of War or Halo?
Are you seriously asking me that question? What the kind of question is that? Halo's garbage, Gears all the way.
Hey, the real solid back is...
That was the
is
wrong answer.
An instrument. That was a... Oh, hang on. All right. I'm sorry. We can't not... I know we need to get off. In whatever way your sick heads all want to think about it, you mother canuckers. So this is what we're going to do, just for fun. They don't know this is about to happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They don't know it's about to happen.
If he says trivia, I say we both just leave and just let him do a show by himself.
I'm up for that.
No, it's not trivia. Johnny, I know you're Team Gears, but I forgot that he is Team Halo. So, Tommy, I want you to tell us why Halo is better than Gears of War. And Johnny, I want you to retort. And we'll end with this J versus T battle. So, Tommy?
Oh, I thought you said Johnny has to tell me.
No, you're first. I get to retort.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, you tell us why.
Before he starts, I sent you a top 10. That promo was the first one in the countdown.
Okay. All right, we'll watch it after the show. Why is Halo better than Gears, man? Give it to us, baby.
Because with the Master Chief, who is, of course, the main character of the entire franchise, but it delves into other characters too. You begin by seeing this otherworldly thing, this soldier that's not human. But over time, you watch this colossus of a being just turn into something that is more human. The humanity ends up getting more developed, and it just gets more and more fleshed out as the games and the series goes on. And you grow attached through these characters. You walk in his shoes throughout the games, and you see his worldview. Of course, that worldview is blowing shit and aliens up and all that, but it's still pretty touching. There's a few dimensions to Halo. Part of it is the action, the sci-fi, the lore. There's a lot of drama and emotion in it too, if you allow yourself to open up to it.
So that's why Halo's better than Gears, correct?
Yes.
Let's ask the chat. 32 people in here. I know some of you probably haven't played both. Are you guys Team Gears of War or Team Halo? Comment in the chat right now. Johnny, tell him why he's wrong.
Because, like, everything he just said, yeah, that's great, but Gears does it better. Okay? You start off with the story being built around actual Earth being, like, eviscerated by these creatures coming up from the center of the Earth, and you learn these backstories, and you get emotionally invested in this team and this family environment where you actually lose members of the family as you go on. You come to learn by the time you get to Gear 3 that if you see a Carmine, don't get close to them because they are going to die, and it's going to be emotional, and it's going to suck. But then you take one of the top 2 characters in the entire canon. You had your 2 characters that were of supreme consequence, and then you kill one of them by, sacrificing himself for the team. Like, after dealing with the whole subplot of his family and finding out about that and all those things, just, the emotions are about people. In Halo, what's the relationship? It's Master Chief and a fucking AI? Come on. That's trash. In Gears, it's an actual honest-to-God camaraderie of family. Okay, the unit is family. Marcus and Dom and Baird and Coltrane and whatever Carmine you happen to be paired up with before they get murdered. And then the family continues to grow, and eventually you get to the next generation of Marcus's son and the next generation. The family keeps going. What Halo is trash, dude.
Family, huh?
Hang on, we're gonna let
yes.
Thank you.
Family. I'm gonna get my Dom on, and I'm gonna say family.
That's hilarious because his name is Dom.
That's right.
Right?
I didn't make that connection until you.
I want to clarify,
but
I want us to just highlight a little bit of aspect of my explanation.
Well, 1 second, I'm going to let you retort. I just want to say, John in the chat says Gears of War. Terry says Gears. Kenny says Halo. Alex says Gears. DMC says Halo. So it's back and forth right now.
Who's DMC?
Between this. DMT, sorry, says Halo. Tommy, what do you have to say to what Johnny just said?
Just want to highlight that I did not speak down about Gears because I don't think it's a bad series. I think it's a very good series. It's just not my top one,
Well, Frank's on your team, apparently. For the life of me, am trying to figure out how the online multiplayer is better, but I'm gonna have to hit my head.
I
off.
like the way Halo feels as a whole, as a shooter and all. It works better for me, whereas Gears felt very stiff, close to the ground. They're different. They play differently.
Let's All right, I'm going with Gears. Frank's going with Halo. Gears versus Halo. What I would do to get a relevant game of either one of those right now. Erica's Team Diablo. Amazing story. I mean, if we're going off the board, I'm Team Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
I mean, Diablo was a pretty damn good game back in the day.
We're going completely off the board, I guess.
We go on anywhere we want.
Yeah, basically any fucking way. Why just stop at video games? Why don't we just go to
We
fucking
just go to
books?
Crispy Avenue.
Why don't we go to books? Why don't we go to fucking anime? Why not, right?
Well, we already did anime, but books, I'm down to talk about books. Steve Barry, awesome author.
Who?
Steve Barry.
Never heard of him.
Think it's a series, one character. Think like Indiana Jones type character, only he's a former Justice Department person, actually. So it's an interesting story. It's really good. Big, long canon. I think it's like 10 or 11 books deep. Really good stuff. If you like that type of adventurer, mystery solving type.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. I just messaged him in the chat, Frank Riker, with Mass Effect. Yeah, Mass Effect. I believe they officially announced the remake a few weeks back. That I think a lot of people have been waiting a lot of years for that, so that's something to look forward to.
Didn't it come out already?
No,
The
I thought
trilogy-
I thought they just announced it.
No, the trilogy came out like a month ago.
No, I think they're doing like a total remake.
I don't know. The remaster came out like a month ago.
Well, I might be running my mouth then. Guess I gotta fact check that.
I mean, I know the remaster just came out like a month ago with the trilogy. You may be correct, and they are also doing a remake, but
I'm seeing this May 14th, 2021, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Maybe that is what I read.
that is what came out. Like,
I thought I
last
read
month.
that they were doing a total remake of the whole thing.
It was a complete remaster, like a ground up remaster.
Oh well. Whatever.
Whatevs. Well, I'm on Crispy Avenue and well on my way to Can't Get Out of My Chair Boulevard. So I think that is going to do it for Fandom Empire Live tonight. Some Fandom Empire now will be live on Thursday. I don't know what it'll be. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, Sean's just here raving. Yeah. Oh, no. I can't think about raves. It's too soon. It's too soon, damn it. But anyway.
I don't even want to know.
No, you don't. You don't, because I don't want to know. I want to forget it ever happened. Damn you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay.
Bad dream. Let's just say that.
Okay, bad dream.
Bad dream.
What?
You guys don't remember? I came on here. It was Fandom Empire Live. It was a Tuesday, and I literally said, I had like one of those dreams that just keeps repeating itself with some minor differences, and you're asleep, but you can't wake up, and it was just fucking terrible.
Yeah, but I don't think you ever gave us specifics that involve raves and The Rock.
Frank says, still waiting for a Shout Factory announcement. Well, as we said,
Keep waiting.
As we said the other day, they've actually delayed the 4K ultra high definition Blu-rays from the end of September into early October. And the last I was told it'd be a couple of weeks. So, and I think that was sometime early last week. So maybe later this week. My guess is later next week. But yeah, they do need to get it out there. They absolutely need to get it out there. And this isn't like secondhand information. This is straight from Shout Factory.
I know they're finally up for pre-sale in Canada on Amazon anyway.
So, yeah, no, there you have it. And they're pretty good at replying to people too on Twitter if you reach out to them. I don't know what made them necessarily reply to us, but they were very straightforward to us, and I appreciate them being, thorough about it. So, what brand do you have in your vape? I am smoking some. I think it's called a Purple Monkey.
Dishwasher?
I'm smoking a Purple Monkey.
Dishwasher?
No.
No dishwasher?
No, and then the other one is a Mint Kush. Mint Kush and Purple Monkey, because I mean, mint and monkeys go together, right? That's a thing. No,
Do you feel weird smoking a monkey?
I've always dreamed of smoking a monkey, and now that I've been here and have done that, I feel like I've basically achieved life.
All right. Yay. Hooray for
That is a very
everybody.
disturbing visual. I don't know if we're making the same connection in our brains that I am, but that is a very disturbing visual.
Hang on. Let's put him up. He has something to say. Outro.
Yeah, I do. Let's hurry up. I want to go to bed.
Well, I guess
Well,
I'll
hang on.
just
You
go
wanna-
fuck myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you want to go to fuck in bed or go to fucking bed? Because it sounded like the first.
Why do
not
I have to
both?
choose?
Why? do you have to
Why not both?
This is true. You don't have to choose. You don't have to choose at all. So, anyways, that's going to do it for us. Johnny, where can everybody find you at, man?
Oh man, you can find me here, there, and everywhere. We are recording tomorrow night at the ungodly hour of 12:30 a.m. The next episode of the Inside Handoff Football Podcast. You can catch last week's episode
Wait.
up on our.
So is that like in an hour? Or
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. I like that.
That is 24 hours from now. So 12:30 a.m. on Thursday. How's that,
Which is
Mr.
technically tomorrow.
Mr.
Oh, no, not yet. It's not.
Specifics?
In 41 minutes, it will be.
So we are recording at 12:30 a.m. on Thursday, the new episode of the Inside Handoff. Put the notes together tonight, so we got a lot of news to talk about. And Poor Pros is going to be live this weekend at some point.
Maybe Friday? Maybe Friday night? Maybe do a duel?
Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
So
I
mean.
can see you.
So I know you can. Tommy B, where can everybody find you at, man?
everyone
By the
can
way, fuck the
find
Yankees. Jays
What?
they flushed their season down the toilet the last fucking 10 days, so it's over. Fuck the Yankees. Go ahead, Tommy.
Are you interrupting me with fucking sports?
Well, what is appropriate to
Tits,
interrupt you?
boy? We're not that far
Never.
back.
You never interrupt me. My time is precious.
Oh,
You
yeah?
can catch me hanging out on Twitter and Instagram at TommyB1650. Yippee yippee. Also check out Fandom Empire Den Halloween Fandom. Fandom Empire Facebook page, Halloween Newsnet Facebook page, and all our other groups and or pages. Yippee yippee, yay yay.
You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Fandom Empire Now, on Patreon, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. Join today because that is the way. We have Lampkin Lane coming your way this Sunday. We got some Halloween end stuff that we get to talk about, and pretty excited to talk about that. Might have something to do with this. Just saying.
Your
saying.
face?
Well, not my face, but a face. Is probably the appropriate way to put it. DMT posts the link to our T Public store. Thank you very much for doing that. Still can't believe how many people have bought merch to this point. It's actually quite surprising. But for Johnny, Tommy, in the chat, Frank, Matt Whitfield, Jade earlier, DMT, and our other mods, and to Kieran, who is off on vacation somewhere, and to Terrence, who's at work. Fuck you, Terrence, by the way. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Thursday. Hey, Tommy B, fuck you.
What the fuck this motherfucker just say to me? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck we doing here? Fucking just gonna take me off screen like that while I'm still saying fucking fuck, fuck, fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Sean. Out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Are we still here? What the
Did you
fuck are we
break things?
doing?
You've broken things, haven't you?
The fuck?
Oh, did I break things? Is
Yes.
John fucked?
Yes.
Yeah, you've broken everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's try. How about now? Are you unfucked?
What? What's going on here? Think he's had a bit too much. What do you think?
I quite literally just fucked myself there. I clicked the back button on the map.
What? You literally fucked yourself while we're on screen? Like, I think
Oh.
that's a good way to get the video demonetized.
Oh, wow. That's... You know what, dude? You know what? Why don't you just go fuck yourself? Wait, why are you back? I'm outroing. I just thought you left and you took off, and now you're back?
You
Did we
broke
not
my
end this?
You broke my fucking browser. That's why.
So that made you come back?
Because I hit the fucking refresh button.
This is
So
all
yes, it
Tommy's-
brought me back.
this is Tommy's fault. Tommy said we were going to talk about anything and everything, and then he complains about not getting off air quick enough. How dare you, Tommy?
I didn't say shit.
Anything and every. Oh, you did. There's video evidence. Maybe you're just that tired.
What?
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 Where?
What?
Cool whip.
Why you gotta say it like that, man?
Cool whip.
Why you gotta say it like that? Why you gotta emphasize the whip? It sounds so disgusting.
Why you
when
gotta do me
that.
like that, man? Why you gotta do me dirty?
What's wrong with you?
Frank's like, you guys are like visitors after Christmas.
Can't get us out the Dior.
Yeah. I feel that way about people all the time. Not just after Christmas.
I just kind of sunk down in my chair a bit more.
Did Johnny get shorter?
That's funny.
Yes, he's not as aroused for you as he used to be.
That's right. In that quick little reset, I just all over the
No,
place.
donuts have holes.
If you're fucking donuts, you're doing something wrong.
It's all Tommy's fault. See? Alex gets it. The guy who joined our open mat, welcome mat, whatever, open mic ending to a show we had that time, comes in here and he gets it. He knows the real Tommy B.
The real me.
The real you.
Fascinating.
The real you.
How you doing?
He's the Tommy B who secretly loves Kathleen Kennedy, secretly loves everything new Star Wars canon and hates Legends. He's the Tommy B that loves the Rob Zombie films but hates the rest.
Okay, now wait a minute. Now, normally I'm all for making fun of Tommy B and stuff, but that's just too far.
He's that fake Tommy B, the Tommy B we posted that had blonde hair that some people actually thought was Tommy B. And it was just some random picture that had popped up.
I have never had blonde hair before. I
think you could pull it off.
I don't think I look good as a blonde.
No?
I've thought about dyeing my hair like purple, but
I think you could turn. What's wrong with purple? Why you gotta hate on purple like that?
I said I've thought about it.
Not
but,
you,
like,
Johnny. He was just like, purple, what?
It's more of the fact that I can't imagine Tommy with purple hair. It just kind of like freaks me out a little
like
bit.
work would probably get pissed off. So
Probably a little bit.
So they're discriminating against people with purple hair now. Is that
Yeah.
what we've come to?
they discriminate against people for a lot of things. It's just like,
Well, it's an
not great, it's
unnatural
not
hair
right.
color.
it's pretty fucked up, but
It's-
people suck, right?
It's an unnatural hair color, so I don't think it's discrimination. So you can't have purple hair.
Thanks.
EMT says Tommy B, fresh as fuck. That's a good way.
Well, now wait a minute, Frank. That's not true. You need a hole to put the cream in the middle.
Oh, what kind of cream are we talking about?
What kind of cream would you put in a Boston cream donut, you creep?
Or glazed donuts, unless we're talking.
I
Like
thought
apple
that's where you were
fritters.
going with that.
I'm just pointing out that there's a hole.
Sorry, apple fritters?
I prefer glazed donuts unless we're talking like apple fritters. Yeah.
Apple
are
fritters
great.
aren't donuts.
Whoa, what's wrong with apple fritters?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with apple fritters. I'm saying they're not donuts.
What the fuck are they then?
They're pastries.
What the fuck?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh my god.
Round 2 is a donut. Is apple
Is
fritter.
a fucking donut? Whole a fucking donut?
We call them Timbits.
That's
Coffee
right. You
bakers.
you Canadians and your Tim Hortons.
You're just jealous.
We down here in the land of the bald eagle and all that, and the stars and stripes, and call them fucking munchkins because we get them from Dunkin' Donuts after they've been sitting in the fucking thing for like five fucking days.
I can't do
Overdue.
plain donuts.
Stale as shit.
Who wants a plain?
My
That's
dog
just-
can do a plain donut. Probably.
yeah, I
both
mean,
of
if you're buying it for a dog, then sure, plain donuts are great. But
Plain donut? Like what the fuck? I've never fucking understood people who feed their dogs donuts. That's kind of crazy.
plain donuts make sense.
plain, yeah. What's wrong with feeding? You hating on feeding dogs plain donuts now? Holy crap! We can't get off the air without hating on something.
That cannot be good for your pupper.
First, you hate on poutine. Poutine ain't ever done anything to you.
Poutine is an abomination.
You're dead to me.
Why? Who the
are dead to
fuck
me.
came up with the fucking idea to
No,
put brown
stop. No,
gravy
stop
on
talking. You're dead.
French fries?
Dead to me.
What's
Who?
wrong with gravy? Fries and gravy are a thing.
I don't even like gravy on turkey, like Thanksgiving turkey. I
kind
don't.
of-
Dead to me.
I'm sorry. Do Canadians eat turkey for your Thanksgiving, or do you get fucking potatoes and just slather brown gravy all over?
Why are
it?
we still on the air with all this awkward silence?
I see what you did there. Oh man, we're definitely in overtime. We try to get off air. Tommy B hates on something. Then we try to get off air again. Johnny V hates on something.
You had to bring up the fucking poutine.
What's wrong with poutine?
It's fucking French fries smothered with brown gravy.
Right.
That's not natural.
What is natural for French fries then?
I could jive with.
Let me do my Kieron.
What, Tommy? What goes with a French fry?
Kieran. I'm waiting to see the Kieran. What's the Kieran?
I did.
Did it?
Oh, that was disappointing. I'm waiting to see. Or I could jive with ketchup. I could jive with seasoning of all different varieties. I could jive with different mustards.
How many of you mother Canuckers in the chat right now want to make Tommy try poutine when he's in Canada? Who would super chat to see Tommy eat poutine in Canada?
Yo.
I'd super chat to see. Well, yeah, I'd super chat.
I'm a cheap bastard, but somebody else can super chat for me.
But yeah, no, Tommy eats a poutine.
All right, I'll start playing with the number I want to see for me to eat poutine, and then we'll.
You'll start playing with the number? No. They will decide the number.
Fuck that.
You can decide the kind of poutine if you want, which, you want to just stick traditional. First time, you want to ease it in. You don't want to go rough. You want to just ease it in on there, or, and then on in there, whatever.
Ease in the tension.
Yeah, it's ease it on someone else.
It sounds like a sexual experience.
Wow. Yeah, see? Oh, John.
I liked it. I closed YouTube.
John dropped
What
a
the fuck
$20
is this shit? What the fuck?
poutine budget for Tommy.
Oh my
I
god.
support this plan.
Me too.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if Tommy does poutine, because I mean, who doesn't want to do poutine? I will do that chicken wing thing that Jade's been trying to get me to do on the channel for like a year and a half thing, trying
What chicken wing thing.
the basically hot ones, but on here because I think Domino's pizza sauce is spicy as fuck. I can't handle that. She wants me to do it on here. I will do it on air if
You are a
Tommy does
bitch.
poutine.
well, you know,
And
I'm
we'll
not going to
do it together when he's
guarantee
down.
that I'm
We'll
going
do
to
it-
like it or that I'm going to finish it if I get sick. But yeah, for that kind of super chat, I guess I will, assuming this trip still goes off.
DMT, did Kieran hack your account?
Kieran is a god of men. What? Hang on, I gotta take a picture of this. Can't believe
The DMT, send a 4 if you need help.
Yes. Someone save DMT.
Like just, you know. That's just okay. Good. Good. It's good to know. Is Kieran holding you hostage? Does he have a gun to your head? Is that what this is?
You're a poutine guy, right, Johnny?
Absolutely, I'm a poutine guy.
I know you don't want to walk 10,000 fucking Toronto blocks to get one.
I guess it's a good thing we have one in the city.
A few of them, actually.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't think Smokes is the best. I think.
Oh, neither do I. I'll take New York fries, thank you.
I don't. I'd rather Mr. Burger, to be honest.
What the fuck is New York fries? New York fries don't have fucking brown gravy on them.
What? Johnny, you need to take care of this guy, man.
Just stop.
New York.
Just stop.
New
Tommy, just-
York is in the United States. We do not have poutine. Not in very commonly, at least.
But if you go to northern New York, you do.
Get ready for it, people. October. I try hot ass chicken wings, or with hot ass sauce, and try to get through Jade's fucking gauntlet.
Wait, what kind of hot ass sauce are we talking here? Like, because
She
I mean,
has, like, she has like 6 or 7 different ones right now, and a couple of them are really hot. So, like, obviously,
you said Domino's is spicy. Like,
oh,
dude.
I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna have like a milk beside me, but I will do it if Tommy's doing poutine. And I mean, in October.
I feel like Tommy's getting the much better end of this deal.
Oh, he's
But-
definitely.
I'm not. I hate brown gravy.
But look at this. Look at this. Who doesn't want that?
What the fuck is that?
That's poutine, you motherfucker.
That doesn't look like French fries.
What?
Well, what does it look like to you?
I don't fucking know. It doesn't look like anything. Looks like if it looks like anything, it looks like candied yams from fucking Thanksgiving.
I just.
I want to hit him.
Right?
I want to just.
You know,
Well,
it's one thing to come into Canada and be like, yo, hockey sucks. Fuck you guys, like you want to do.
The Maple Leafs suck, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not untrue.
I don't know how to.
But you will not come into Canada and insult hockey and poutine.
You will leave the.
I have to pick one.
But look at this. So this looked great. This one looks even better, in my opinion.
What is that? Bacon on top?
Oh my god, Johnny, help me!
Well, actually, I think that one looks worse.
I actually like it better. There's not as much cheese, but where's
That's the
bacon
problem.
coming from?
There's not enough cheese.
I think there's enough cheese there.
What is
No.
that? Bacon
It's
on
not-
top or what?
No, there's no bacon there. It's French fries smeared with gravy and cheese. It's poutine.
It's the most American things Americans can't take credit for.
John, that's poutine, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's right.
I think a lot of things about American cuisine are pretty fucking disgusting. So there's that.
So Johnny screws cousins. Tommy
Right? Does not screw
literally
cousins.
fucks everything, and now Sean has a kink for hot wings, hot ass hot wings. Man, this show's gotten weird.
You know what you two have probably never had before?
What?
A real cheesesteak, right?
Factually inaccurate.
Yeah.
We used to have a place not even a block away from where I live right now, made a bomb-ass cheesesteak.
Made in Philadelphia style?
Oh, yeah. With whiz, buddy. Real deal.
Have you had Filthy Phil's yet?
Yes.
How are they? I haven't had their.
They're good. They're good. I mean, I still miss Hulk Hoagies, but, Filthy Phil's pretty damn good.
I'm gonna have to give it a try. I'm not a big cheesesteak guy, but like, what would you put on your cheesesteak? Just cheese and steak, or do you guys like to put toppings on yours?
I mean, I
don't
like
eat-
mushroom on mine.
I mean, I don't eat a whole lot of meat these days, but when I do, I've never been cheese whiz. It's usually been provolone.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, I'm a whiz guy, but provolone is acceptable.
Wow, this show went places I never thought it would. But this time it's really going to do it for us. Tommy B, Johnny B, to our chat mods. This was an experience, and it was a fun, chill night, and I know I needed it. And DMT says it's confirmed. Tommy loves him some big ol' meat.
What the fuck did I just say? What the fuck did I just say?
That you love you some big old meat.
We were so close.
I just fucking said I don't eat much meat these days. Like,
But you like big old meat.
I'm not a hardcore vegetarian or anything, but I do a pretty damn good job of staying healthy and all that, you know?
But you eat big old meat.
Apparently I do. Apparently I do. You know what's good?
What's good?
Salami, and capicola, Italian cheesesteaks. You got any of those? What do they call them in Canada? What do they call a cheesesteak in Canada?
A cheesesteak.
Not a cheesesteak. I'm sorry, a fucking hoagie. What do they call a fucking hoagie in Canada? Is it a grinder or? Is it a sub? Or do y'all act like normal people and call it a hoagie?
Good night, everybody.
What the fuck? I don't get my answer. I guess I'll just go fuck myself, you know? Ah, shit. Stupid. I wasn't even fucking looking at the screen, and here we are looking at me again. Still didn't get my fucking answer. What the fuck do they call a fucking hoagie in Canada? What the fuck? Gosh. Why the fuck am I still on the fucking screen? The show is over. Go home. What the fuck? Making me fucking wrap this show up by myself. I guess it's per normal, right? I do everything. Sean takes all the fucking credit. You know, I'm the real big cheese here. I do everything. Yeah. I'm still fucking here, aren't I? I'm literally still on this screen. Still. 2 hours, motherfucking 35 minutes, and 20 seconds, and I am still live on this motherfucking YouTube channel, on this motherfucking StreamYard studio, and this motherfucking computer of mine. It's okay. I don't need any motherfucking eye strain or nothing. I'll just keep going. Wonder how many people are still watching this. Like 5. So what do y'all think about Terrence? What do y'all think about Terrence? I think he's a bit of a chump. Yeah. Yeah, he gets some laughs, some shits and giggles, but he's just not original. Yeah. Like me here. I got the whole, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. All Terrence has got, that's a piece of shit. I've been calling shit pieces of shit since I was in diapers. Those are real pieces of shit right there. Mm-hmm. Fucking unoriginal. Unoriginal. No. It's okay. We'll take the clicks. We'll take the hits. We'll take whatever we get.
Hi guys, this is Terrence, Fandom Empire, and you're watching Fandom Empire Live.
Fuck that guy. Now, that's enough of that. It's time for me to go wind down, go to bed, go fuck myself. Oh, apparently not. Apparently, we got Johnny V here, Shawnee G here. Apparently, I'm not going and fucking myself in bed. That's all right, I guess.
Why am I here?
I don't know. Why are you still on screen?
Why did we come back to that?
Oh, fuck. I didn't put myself back here. I was just enjoying the refreshments in the green room, and all of a sudden, I'm back on screen. Like, the fuck's going on here?
Refreshments in the green room. I don't know what one of you fuckers invited Terrence to this fucking shit, but he never replaces anything, like ever. He's such a shithead.
It's your fault.
Unoriginal.
How is it my fault?
It ain't mine.
I think you are exactly who's at fault.
I have never been in the same room with that asshole. Like, yes, he's been in the chat while we've been on the air, and that's all well and good. And of course, he's in a couple of the group chats that I've, got him on block. So I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. Dude sent me a friend request, and it's just in hell of waiting in my inbox for me to accept or decline it, which I'll never do because fuck that guy. And it just.
I think I have a genius idea.
What's the idea?
Tag team trivia match.
No.
What?
Tommy B and Johnny. And it's not just Star Wars, it'd be movies in general, maybe games. Tommy B and Johnny versus Terrence and Kieron. Or Terrence and a partner of his choosing.
I'm cool with Terrence and Kieran. That sounds like a fun match. I mean, the two fucking hate each other, right?
For sure. It makes sense. You guys are clearly in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. I still think I am the top contender here. I mean, I'm original.
What kind
I'm
of
all
cheese do
that.
they use on poutine? I mean, they're cheese curds. Well, yeah, you can get cheese string poutine as well, but I prefer cheese curd. Not cheese, like, you know what I mean? Like, you get the stringy cheese.
You still never fucking answer my question about the hoagie.
Shredded. The word you're looking for is shredded.
Shredded, yes.
What the fuck is a hoagie in Canada? What the fuck?
It depends on where you are, really.
Oh my gosh. Well, what about where you are?
No, I'm being serious. Like, it's restaurant dependent, what they call it.
Are you fucking for real?
I am.
That's fucking dumb.
No, he's fucking with you, man. He's totally fucking with you.
He might be.
I'm serious. There's some places where there's, it's like subs, and some places it's just sandwiches, and I've even seen a few places would call it heroes. Like,
I have heard of heroes before, yeah.
Fuck the yellow sweater. Fuck Tommy B. And
what did he ever do to you,
who?
Tommy B?
Did you just ask that? What has he ever done to me?
I think I'm a very nice person.
Oh, you're nice.
It's all right. We'll just go back to me doing everything, Sean. You getting all the fucking credit, all the accolades, right?
Maybe the match needs to be between me and you, and Johnny can do it. Maybe that's what we need to settle. Maybe I want Terrence to be my special guest manager for a trivia match.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
I agree
too.
with Tommy.
Fuck that.
I, in fact, have a restraining order against that asshole.
But you've never met him.
That's right.
Well, that's an achievement.
It is. I'm very good. My legal team is just top notch.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
So,
Well,
if we want to send like a gift or something to Terrence, maybe a bag of flaming dog shit, what's the address we should use?
1-800 go fuck yourself lane.
That's a good address. I wish I had it.
Can we send Terrence a glitter bomb? Can we do that?
Oh man.
Is that a thing? Can we do that?
We should do some Terrence unboxings just to like get his reactions on things. That would be cool.
And then eventually we give him like a glitter bomb and we don't tell him and just let him open it and we're like, pfft.
Oh my god, that'd be great. The temper tantrum would be something of just.
I mean, we'd be gentlemanly, of course, and we'd arrange for that to be outside because, I mean, we're not monsters.
There's our hotline. That's right. $11.99 a minute. Am I still watching Game of Thrones? Yes and no. I've been super busy since I started, so I haven't gotten past the pilot. But I think it's about to happen because my vape ran out before I could get to Crispy Avenue, which is
I thought you reached Crispy Avenue like a half hour, 45 minutes ago.
I thought he reached Crispy Avenue like an hour ago.
I thought I did too, but sadly, it was fake, just like Tommy B's hoodie.
How the fuck is my hoodie fake?
We literally saw it on the top of his head earlier.
Tommy B's a bitch.